Right. Let's see if this works again, shall we? It's picking up my microphone, but it isn't saying. It's not indicating. Oh, it's indicating now. Great. What's going on here? Shut up. Right. Hello again. 2 people. Hiya, Jace. King. How are you? 3 people. Alright, mate. No worries. Be right back. Need a pee. 4 people watching. Hello. I apologise for that issue there. This is take 3 of this attempt. Also, I apologise if my lip syncs out and I freeze up during the stream. It happens. The internet connection on this computer at the moment isn't very smooth. I don't quite know why. I'm thinking it's down to us putting in an older Wi-Fi dongle, and I think that's probably why. Septicon Queen, hey, we are here. Great, third time the charm. Can you hear me okay in the chat? Am I coming over all right? It wasn't indicating. The reason why the first and second attempt didn't work, for some reason, it wasn't indicating my microphone was being picked up, or my voice wasn't being picked up by the microphone, should I say. So I did 2 tests just to check if my audio was coming through, but it seems to be picking up my voice a little bit, but it's not very good. So I don't know whether I'm on my Blue Yeti microphone or if I'm on the webcam microphone. So whichever's picking me up the best. Also, cheers everybody. Septicon King, happy Friday night, pal. Happy Friday night to you too, my friend, and to Wendy. Hope everybody's well. I just thought to go live, like I was trying to say the first time round. I thought to go live on here. The last live stream I did on this channel was back in March of this year. So yeah, it's been a fair few months since I last did a live stream on here. It's actually been how many months? March, April, May, June. We're now in June, aren't we? So that's 3 months ago. So it's been a while. I thought just do one on here because, well, this channel, you know, yes, I don't have as many subscribers on this channel compared to my main channel, but that doesn't matter. The fact is, there's people on this channel that enjoy my vlogs and only subscribe to this channel. They're not. Some of them aren't subscribed to my main channel, if you know what I mean. So it's a good way for me to kind of branch out to anybody that is probably awake at this time. I've got a friend that I met through doing my vlogs who used to live where I used to live in Hull. When he grew up here, obviously, and he now lives in Tasmania in Australia. That his name's called Henry. Yeah, Henry. So if Henry's watching, hello to you. If not, this will be available to watch later, anyways. I hope people can hear me okay. I hope. Yeah, it's picking up the voice, so I think you can hear me. Four people. Hello. It's nice to have a beer. Picked up a pack of beers on my way home from work this morning. Not at work tomorrow, obviously, hence why I'm on so late. Well, not really late. The night's still young, relatively young. But you know, I thought to just do a last minute stream. If people want to bow out earlier, go for it. Hey, Samboy. Cheers for joining. Your thumbnail is terrifying. Your grin makes you look crazy. Beware the crazy man. Yeah, I am crazy. You know what? The crazy people are usually the most fun people. So, or more interesting, should I say? I'm very interesting. Anyway, 5 people. Hello. Well, I'm getting quite a lot of people off the bat at the moment. Decepticon King. John is crazy. I am. You haven't met, I don't know if you've met Sam yet. That's a whole different ball game of crazy. I'll tell you now. You'll see that hopefully TFN happens next year. We're all mad here. Yeah, everyone's a little bit mad in their own little ways, I guess. Anyways. Oh. I don't know what to talk about now. All that messing about trying to go live properly and anyway, let's just have a chat. I mean, my vlog channel isn't really meant for my collecting per se, but it doesn't really matter. I do reference my videos a lot in my vlogs anyways, so it doesn't really matter. Just talk about whatever you want in the chat there. Where are you? Decepticon King. Hell, my fave Marvel character is Deadpool. Sweet. He's one of my favorites as well. My all-time all-time favorite Marvel character is Wolverine. It's always been Wolverine. Deadpool's dead second after that. I like it dead second. Anyway, so yeah, I love Deadpool. Come on, Deadpool 3. I need Deadpool 3. Sam boy, tell us about Inner Peace. I don't know what that is. I don't think I've ever had any. Inner Peace. It's supposed to be something where you kind of become one with nature, become one, meditate, all that crap. But I do not have any time or any patience to sit there very, very, very quietly in a meditative state, humming, and just, yeah, I can't sit still. That I've always been like that. Ever since being a kid, I cannot sit still to save my life. So yeah, I have a very, very short attention span. Hence why school was very interesting when I was a kid, trying to keep my mind occupied on certain subjects. And also reading is also a big problem for me because I start a book and read a good 4 or 5 chapters of it and then put it down, thinking to pick it back up again, and watching stuff like Netflix, for instance, just takes my attention away. So I've always been a physical, not physical. I've always been a person that is drawn to things that are emotion, such as films and animation, things like that. That has always drawn my attention more. And the more vivid and the more beautiful the animation and the more interesting of the film, that's me. Everyone's different. I mean, like Samboy, I don't know if he's still in the chat or not, but Sam, he is very much the definition of a bookworm. Let's put it that way. I mean, he can probably read a big book about that fucking big, probably about that fucking big, in about maybe short of a week. And it would take me a fucking 20 years to finish that book. Anyway. Decepticon King. Wolvie. Yes. Steve Bloom. agnostic or atheist? Books are good. Yeah. What are you on about there? Agnostic or atheist? Are you on about religion here, like not being religious or whatever, or the differences between? I mean, I kind of refer myself as an atheist, if that's what you want about. But at the same time, I do believe in some things. I just don't believe in religion. I just don't believe in God and that kind of thing. I do believe in life after death. I have a feeling of like life after death. Oh, excuse me. And I believe of that there is other life on other planets in the soul in the universe. We are not just a special case. There will be other life because there was a reason for us to exist in the first place. And I feel basically that, you know, when it comes to that whole thing where you see where a lot of people very quickly deny life outside of this planet, and I'm just like, well, how the hell did we get here? Okay, we got here because of those two massive collisions when we were very young. The planet was forming. Two big chunks of rock, other planet-sized pieces of rock, hit us as we were forming, and a lot of people, scientific people, think that is how a lot of the microorganisms that created life or became life as we know it, like plants, trees, water, all that stuff, all came from some sort of alien life form microorganism that formed billions and billions of years ago when the Earth was relatively still very, very young. And over time, evolution. I do believe in evolution. I believe that we came from something. I believe that obviously marine life came from something. I also believe most things that we take for granted now, a lot of the animals in the animal kingdom, I do believe our ancestors or cousins or somehow related to dinosaurs. So I don't think all dinosaurs died out. I think some species still survived, and I just generally think they're just over the millions and millions and millions and millions of years, they just evolved into something that, like now, like cats, like obviously big cats, lions, cheetahs, and all that kind of thing, and black panthers and all that kind of stuff. I generally think they came from something. I don't think they came from a saber tooth because saber tooths did actually die out completely. But I generally do think they came from some sort of big ancient cat. Same with dogs. There used to be apparently giant dogs at one point, like massive wolves, like basically something that you would see in the Game of Thrones. Basically, those big giant bloody things that are maybe about 4.5 foot tall when they're just up when they're on them four paws. For like 4.5 foot tall or something like that. But then if there was on the hind legs, they'd probably be taller than an average human. Anyway, where are we in the chat here? Citizen Queen, I'm probably the same short attention span, forgets important things, but have an almost encyclopedic knowledge of the first 15 series of The Simpsons. Yeah, that's been me. Certain stuff that I really, really love and enjoy. I do kind of have a lot of I do have a little bit of knowledge of The Simpsons, because I grew up with The Simpsons. The Simpsons literally started the same year as me, 89. It's literally, I was 1 month old when the first ever Simpsons episode that we know and recognize as The Simpsons. I'm not on about, well, obviously The Simpsons is actually older than me by about 3 years, I think. I don't know if Wendy knows about this, but it started it started as like an in-between commercial break skit comedy thing on a like a talk show thing, like a comedy show by a woman called Tracy Ullman show, something like that. And basically, there were like these really rough drawings of the Simpsons characters, and the original, the voice actors that are still voicing those characters even to this day voiced them in those small parts. And then in '89, it then released. They released the very first episode, which was at Christmas in December, called "Roasting Round." Roasting Around an Open Fire, it was called, the very first episode of The Simpsons as we identify it as right now, or recognize it as. And that was the very first episode, and I was 1 month old when the first episode of that started, so I thought that was quite interesting trivia. Hey, Stephen, how you doing, my friend? It's been a long time since I've spoken, or you have said hello to you. Hi, Nosy, how you doing, my friend? Hope you're well. But yeah, I mean, I grew up with The Simpsons. I off and on watch some of the newer stuff, but I will agree about The Simpsons nowadays. It really does not hold a candle to the classic stuff from like during the 90s and early thousands. It really does not hold a candle anymore. The newer stuff. I mean, I don't completely hate the new stuff. I mean, I'll take it because I love those characters, but I just generally think that it's gone down a very strange route now. But anyway, it's the same with Family Guy and American Dad. When Family Guy and American Dad first started, I loved those series. But now it's gone on. They've both gone on so long. I mean, American Dad's not been going on as long as a Family Guy. I think Family Guy started in the 90s, late 90s, I think, was the first series of that. I mean, I love Family Guy, and I love the characters, especially Stewie and Brian. They're my two favourites. But even that, Family Guy, it's gone on for probably nearly 30. Well, no, not 30 years. It's well over 20 years now. Good 25 plus years it's been going on for, and it just makes you think that you maybe think they might want to knock it on the head now. But I love American Dad. I think American Dad's a bit more funnier. I think the jokes are a little bit more, ooh, really? How did you get away with that one? But anyway. Where are you? Sam. I am currently trying to learn long division as part of my retail apprenticeship. I hate maths and I failed maths at GCSE. I would rather talk about books, films, and games. You know what, Sam? I failed my GCSEs as well. I have the same issue as you do. I do not understand numbers. Numeracy is like by far one of the subjects. Maths numeracy is one of the subjects at school that I could not grasp for the life of me. Obviously, I understand basic multiplication, some division, and adding, subtracting, things like that. And I understand like money a little bit, like the correct change from whatever someone gives me. But I'm very, very, very limited in my maths, and I'm with you there. Yeah, if you want to, Sam, if you're still there, by all means, let's talk about films. Let's talk about whatever you want to talk about, games, whatever. Let's just chat away. Testicle Queen, the Tracy Ullman show shorts. That's right, Ullman. That's what I was on about. Yeah, I've got them on hard drive, and they are actually really funny. You know what? I've never watched those original shorts. I've watched, I think, one like little. I think I've watched maybe like a not even a minute of it. They weren't very long, anyways. But I remember one. It was actually part of a Simpsons episode. They did like a special. They did like a special episode, and it was basically kind of Does anybody remember a character called Troy McClure from The Simpsons? He was like really famous character, side character, and he always was like on the TV, like doing certain stuff on TV and interviewing certain like people in the town and that. And yeah, I mean, there was like an episode where they did like an archive going back, and they actually spoke about the Tracy Ullman show shorts. And in that episode, they showed like maybe about half a second worth of one of the episodes, and it was basically where Bart's crying about something, and Homer kind of gets a hairdryer and blows it in Bart's face, and Homer goes, "No, let's wipe away those tears." That's literally the most I've seen of the original shorts, and I really want to check those shorts out. Really do. I haven't seen them at all. I've always, Stephen. Okay, had my first shot on Wednesday. Hey, nice one, man. I've had both of mine. Not like it's a contest. I'm not being a dickhead with saying that, but but some people might take it the wrong way. That's the internet for you. But no, I mean, I've had both of mine only because I've had mine. I had my first one sooner before most people because I've got asthma. And I also get an annual flu jab every year as well. And so, yeah, I got mine. I can't remember now. I think my first one must have been well over about 6 months ago now, I guess, because it's quite a gap between your first and your second one anyway. But I'm fully vaccinated now, which I'm very happy about. My dad's fully vaccinated. My dad's girlfriend is also fully vaccinated now. Sam, I think's had his first one, I believe, if he's still watching. But yeah, I mean, hopefully with it by August, I hope most people, probably nearly everybody, would have had at least the first one, or they're maybe coming to having their second one, because I mean, we're now in June, so that August would be 2 more months, and I think, to be honest with you, I think a lot of people will hopefully be fully vaccinated. Zedskun King, Homer is my fave. How about you? I love Homer Simpson. You can't not like Homer. But my favorite ever since being a kid's always been Bart. I love Bart. I don't know why. I kind of recognized in him me at that age, at the age of 10. I think he was 10 years old, wasn't he? Or was he? Yeah, he was. Lisa's 8 years old. Bart's 10 years old. That's right. But yeah, Bart. He just spoke to me. I don't know what it was, but I recognised him because he was a little twat. He was a tow rag. He was a proper Jack the Lad. He had a catapult, one of homemade catapults. He did prank calls to Moe at the Moe's Tavern and everything, which are among my favourite parts of The Simpsons. Is the phone gags to Moe, which is just great. But yeah, Bart. I mean, I love Homer. Bart is my favourite. I mean, when I was a kid, I just want to clarify for the stream, I did not do prank calling. That's one thing I didn't do. The most thing I did, what was probably naughty, was I did a lot of knock on Ginger. I don't know if anybody in the chat recognises the term knock on Ginger. Basically, if you don't know what that is, it's basically you knock on a stranger's door and run away before they can open it. I did a bit of that. I also used to play football games or play with a football with a few mates on patches of grass that had a no ball game sign on it. Very naughty boy. I almost broke someone's window by accident. I used to go right up a hill on my push bike and then go down it. Then go down, but then obviously come back down it, and then obviously it's like gravity. I'm going down this hill, and I'm going so fucking fast. If a car was to come out of the driveway, I would be fucking dead. And I did that. I used to love that. I absolutely love going down hills on a push bike really fucking fast. I remember one time. Here's a funny thing. I need to catch up with the chat, so I'll keep this as brief as I can. But no, I remember one time I was out, I think, with one of my mates that I used to be a mate of mine from school, basically, called Chris. And me and Chris were out on our push bikes. This was probably when I was about maybe last year of school, maybe at college. I can't remember. So it might have been around about 06, 07 time when this happened. So I would have obviously I left school in 2006. So I started college when like the year after. But yeah, so basically we was out on our push bikes and we went right at the top of the road adjacent to mine, right up to the top. It's like a pretty steep hill. And we went right to the top of it, and then we came down it, and then just before we set off, I got a phone call off my mum, and she was like, "Johnny, I just want to let you know we've had a power cut in Square. Our power's out." And I went, "Okay, no problem, that's fine." And she just said, "Just to be careful, just to be careful, but in case it, because obviously the power's out." And this is pitch black, by the way. This is night time. And basically, we're coming down. We set off, coming down, going frigging nuts freaking speeds, picking up to about maybe 40 mile an hour coming down this freaking thing. And then all of a sudden, I just see a wall of black. I ain't even joking. It was lit up. So much of it was lit up. The rest of it was just a literal void. It looked like I was about to ride into like a black void. Like it was, I could not see anything in front of my face or anything past this point. All the power from halfway down the street to all the way back into Hessel Square, which is down my street, all that power was gone, right? The rest of it was obviously on a different system or a different power source or whatever. So the rest of it was still on. So I'm coming down this thing. I see my mate disappear into this blackness. I'm coming down right behind him, and all I had luckily was a bike light on, and all I could see was just in front where the beam was. So I could only see visibly in front of the beam of that light. I could not see anything else. So I could only see so much of the path in front of me, in front of that beam of that light. And I was just like, I'm still coming down. I'm not stopping. I'm not braking. I'm just going for it. And luckily, I did not die. Nothing came out of a driveway. I didn't somehow accidentally, I don't know, hit my bike wheel did not hit anything like that was on the footpath or anything. I just freaking just beezed down it, and and then we go down literally Preston Gate, which is literally the another like retail space street kind of thing with takeaways down it. So we come down there as well. Get to the bottom. What do? Which you should never do. I somehow stupidly put both brakes on at the same time. You do not do that on a push bike or any bike, unless you want to do a stoppie. And I literally did a stoppie. I did a stoppie perfectly by accident, because the same time I'm coming down, I put both brakes on because I was going stupid fast. And I literally almost pole vault over my handlebars. My whole back wheel and me on the bike, the whole bike tips up right like that. I'm perfectly parallel like that. Somehow, I controlled the balance so well that I was able to somehow go back on myself and back on the rear wheel without going over and hitting my head. I was this close to possibly killing myself or a possible major trauma to the brain. It was that bad. There was some kids at the bus stop, literally just as I was finishing, shouted over to me to ask me if I was all right. That was how bad it was. I actually had some strange kids that was in the middle, that was just chilling out at the bus stop, ask me if I was all right, because literally they just witnessed me literally almost go over like that and back down again. I got up to so much shit that I could have killed anybody, and somehow I'm still here. Don't know how. Anyway, so that was a longer explanation to her story, but anyway, let's presume. Stephen, got a partly dead arm. Yeah, don't worry about it, pal. It'll probably go within the next 24 hours, 48 hours max. When I had my first one, I didn't have any major problems. Some friends of mine that I work with, some colleagues that I work with at work, they basically said quite a few of them did not come back into work like the next day after having it. Quite a few of them rang in sick. And also quite a few of them experienced really bad headaches and literally no energy whatsoever. And when I had my first one, I felt fine. I literally had no problems. I didn't have a headache. The only sensation I could feel is it was slightly around here, top of my arm. It felt kind of a bit, just a bit achy. That's all I experienced, was just a slight ache where the needle went in. That was it. That's all I experienced on both of them. Where are we? Bloody hell. Bloody hell. Where am I? Bloody hell. What's going on here? I've missed so much in here. Fucking hell, man. I really do apologise for anybody in the chat. I've literally I did not realise there's that many comments. It did not indicate to me just how many people had replied until I had to go back up on myself. You usually have to go down on them, but I had to go back up. All right then. So anyway, right, here we go. Decepticon King says maths suck. That was basically what Sam said about maths. It does suck. Unfortunately, you need to know some maths in life, but I fucking can't stand maths. But otherwise, okay. Glad you're doing all right, Stephen. Stephen again. I can't stand Family Guy anymore. Hate Peter with a passion. Hate Peter with a passion. The only character I have sympathy for is Meg. All right, okay. Yeah, I mean, like I say, I used to really, really enjoy Family Guy, like I said, but I just think they've all been going on for so long now, and a lot of the jokes aren't as funny as they were back when it started, and a lot of the characters, I love Brian and Stewie. They have always been my favourite characters, but the rest of the characters that I originally liked are now becoming very generic, and their jokes just don't seem to hit well anymore. It just seems to be, let's see what we can get away with and get ourselves cancelled. I think that's generally what they're after. It's a little bit like South Park. South Park is nothing like, it is nowhere near as funny. There's apparently been the odd episode that was really, 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 really funny. I've heard there's a couple of episodes in the recent seasons that was like, holy fuck, that was what? Kind of thing. But it's the same with South Park. I'm pretty sure Matt Stone and Trey Parker, they've literally said I think they've practically said, or people are assuming, they are putting in as much offensive shit into the new episodes and seasons They genuinely want it to be cancelled so they can stop. It looks like they're just going to continue making South Park until something like a complete permanent cancellation happens. Surgical Queen. It is a shame, as it's not good as it was. Yeah. Or they just jump on the latest current affairs like Trump fracking, and it isn't as timeless as the old stuff. That's The Simpsons, obviously. Yeah, I completely agree. Surgical King. Brian was my fave, but then he became a knob from Family Guy. Yeah. Stephen, I failed in English. Had to try 3 times to get a C in English. Yeah. The thing is, I mean, with me, I do have learning difficulties. I do have, I'm dyslexic, basically. I have dyslexia and also I've got dyspraxia. So I don't know if anybody in the chat understands the difference between the two. Because obviously dyslexia is kind of more or less kind of unable to understand certain things. With me, when I was a kid, I had a lot of problems with understanding words on a page. I literally had to have special paper because I don't know if anybody's ever been in like an extra class for extra assistance back at school, with like a teacher's aide or whatever. But that was me. I had to go to a teacher's aide, like doing like side special classes now and again in between my subjects to help me with my maths and my reading and my spelling. And basically, when I was like, this is going back to when I was at primary school, probably at the age of about 6 years old, maybe a bit younger. And basically, I could not understand a lot of things. I couldn't really understand reading, maths, spelling. My spelling was shocking. My handwriting was practically unrecognizable. And my teachers started getting quite concerned. And obviously, my mum and dad picked up on certain things with me as well. Obviously, I got tested at school by the school nurse, or they had a nurse brought in, I don't know, but I remember being in like the examination room and they're doing like the whole tests on me, like certain things, and they pretty much said, yeah, we think he's got both dyspraxia and dyslexia. So yeah, basically I had to do special classes, English, everything pretty much I struggled with. And obviously, like I said, like I was gonna say, like I went on a tangent there, but basically, I had to have like special paper because people that have dyslexia, kind of, if you can, I don't know, like if it's a different type of paper, the numbers, the letters seem to kind of like raise up, like kind of jumble up a little bit in your vision, so it's kind of hard for you to focus. But yeah, I had to have like special paper to help me with my reading. Obviously, I had to have special help with my spelling, handwriting. I had special homework that I had to come home with, and like how to write, like do all the letters of the alphabet and all that. And then I also had to, but obviously now coming back to now, well, before I finished school, back when I was about 6, back in 06, I was basically, obviously my reading and spelling was a lot better. My reading and spelling is better than my maths. I would say my reading's worse than my spelling. I know that sounds really strange to say that, but my spelling, I can actually sometimes my dad says, "How do you spell this?" And it's just, there you go. That's how you spell it. But I'm better at my spelling than I am right in my reading. But yeah, my reading age isn't bad. It's just like I said, I've got like really bad, because what I've got, obviously, like I said, dyslexia. It causes issues for you to focus as well. There's different versions of dyslexia, and it's really hard for you to focus on something. So basically, you could be really easily drawn away from what you're supposed to be working on, and that plagued me all the way through school. Even to this day, I still get it from now and time again. Usually, when I'm reading a book, is usually when it happens to me. Zedskun Queen, give me the whole Sideshow Bob singing MHS Pinafore on a boat over the new stuff. Yeah, oh, I love Sideshow Bob stuff. Those episodes are just so funny. Zedskun King, I hate maths and it hates me as well. Zedskun King, step on rake, smack. Sam, yes. Zedskun King, he was in Jingle All the Way. Who was? Who was in Jingle All the Way? Sorry, I don't know what you want about that. Zedskun Queen, the VA for McClure. Oh, Troy McClure. Okay, I get what you're on about now. Yeah, McClure also did Huts. Yeah, Huts and the dodgy lawyer. Yeah, he played more than one character. I know. Yeah. Put that cookie down. Stephen. Hi, I'm Troy McClure. You may remember me from such films as Joseph Firestone, Sam, Nosy had this jab early due to him having a very large head. All hail Nosy and the large head. Thank you very much. And Sam again. Yes, I had my first jab a week ago. Yeah. Zedskun King. All hail the head. Zedskun King. Do the Batman. Oh yes. Zedskun Queen. I had the second this week. I'm still feeling bad after 3 days. Bloody hell. Yeah, it's weird. It's really strange how it's really affected people differently. I know, like with anything, any sort of thing that you get, like as a jab or whatever, there's always going to be some sort of side effects that you're going to get afterwards. But for me, I've never had a problem whenever I've had an injection for anything. When I was a kid, even now, whenever I need to have an injection for something, I feel fine. I generally, I guess I can put it down to my, I don't know, just have a strong metabolism. I don't know, but yeah, it just didn't bother me at all. Stephen, I'd have to say Lisa is my favourite character. Yeah, funny thing with that is, I mean, when I was a kid watching it, I did not like Lisa. I don't know what it was in me. Probably just an idiot kid. Obviously, I was. But no, I mean, Lisa's a good character. Looking at her now as an adult, older, she is a good character. But yeah, I didn't like her as a kid. I don't know what it was. I just found her very whiny and annoying and obnoxious. But I just found Bart was a lot more entertaining to watch because of the pranks he would pull and the stuff he got up to. So they're basically the character. That's the main character I really loved. But Lisa, looking at her now, with a bit more of a mature head on my shoulders, I do like her. I mean, obviously she's very much about the environment, and she's very anti certain things. And I you got to admire that the Simpsons have put that in there, because yeah, she's basically the activist of the Simpson family, isn't she? Decepticon King. Oh, I know, but yeah, Decepticon King. John is crazy and a mad lad. Yes, I am indeed. Decepticon Queen. Bat's room was the most fun. When I was planning my Simpsons Lego house, and the tree house and the TV room set. Oh, sweet. I'd love to get myself some Lego sets. I don't have any room to actually have a full set on display, but I'd love some more Lego sets. I'd love to get some Lego Star Wars stuff, like where you can like build the Millennium Falcon or a star, like an X-wing or something like that, or a TIE Fighter. I'd also look. I mean, I've just seen one that was kind of interesting. I know it's not cartoon related, but I know somebody got a Lego set of the ISS, the International Space Station, and he got given it for his birthday. I think it was Tom that goes to TF Nation. He goes to TF Nation. He's called Tom. And basically he got it for his birthday about a day or two ago, and he did like a time-lapse video of him building it, and I thought, you know what, I'd love that. I'll absolutely love anything to do with space, outer space, the universe. I just, ever since being a kid, I've just been fascinated with that stuff, and I'm always in awe of the ISS. You know, I've always dreamed to one day be able to stand, or not stand, but float around in that thing. You know, I'd absolutely love to go up there, and I'd love to experience zero G. And the only two ways that you can experience kind of zero G, is underwater and in a special aircraft that NASA have to train the pilots. And I don't know how much it is, but it's not cheap. But you can do like an experience day. And basically, I forgot what they call it. Is it the Stratos or something like that? So, I don't know. But basically, you're in like a regular like plane, but it's all hollowed out. There's no seats in it or anything. And you basically have these special suits on, and they basically nosedive the plane from high up, and it basically inside the aircraft it kind of causes that weightlessness, like you're in space. I'd love to do that. It only lasts about 5-10 minutes, but I'd love to do it though. Somebody once told me the world is gonna rule me. Does anybody remember this one? Because that just recognized me. Somebody once told me the grass is much greener on the other side. If anybody can name that cartoon series, I will give you. What can I give you? I'll give you this sock. Anyway, I don't think you want that sock. I wouldn't either. Stephen, did you get the Lego set? As they did a Simpsons house a few years ago. No, I haven't got the. Sadly, I don't. I'd love, like I said a moment ago, I would absolutely love to get myself or get my hands on some proper Lego sets of the Simpsons or the ISS, like I just mentioned, or anything Star Wars related or anything like that. But like I say, I just don't have any room for like a full-on like diorama kind of full-on set, like a full house build or whatever it is. I just don't have the room to be able to display them. After I built them, I'd have to just dismantle the things again and put them back in the box so I can store them. And that's the really annoying thing at the moment. If I had my own place or a bigger bedroom, then I probably could have like a separate shelf or something where I can have them all displayed. I do love Lego because I used to have like an old tub of Lego that you could like build houses out of and things like that, and cars when I was a kid. I absolutely love Lego. Who doesn't love Lego? It's one of the best toys ever invented. It's like the most imaginative thing that anyone's ever made. It's just incredible. Zedcon Queen, I did, and halfway through putting it together, I just decided, yeah, I'm going to customize this. 6 months later, 4 kilogram of bricks and many evenings of grumbling frustrations. It was mad. It was made, sorry. I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. Oh, I know what's going on here. Yeah, I know what's going on here. That is a classic song. If anybody says it's a shit song, you do not understand music. It's not the best rock song ever made, but it's catchy and you can't help but sing to the damn thing. So basically, the band are ingenious of coming up with that song, and it's literally one of the anthems of the 90s. It's literally, when you think of the 90s, that's a song that comes to mind. It does in my mind, anyways, because that song was basically kind of used on about 3 major soundtracks in the 90s. I believe it was used on Mystery Men, Digimon, and something else. So it was like used on about 3 different major picture soundtracks that year, that decade. Maybe more actually. So it's on like nearly every single compilation rock album as well. Is that cooking? Yes, Hassan. Yes, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. Epic James Bond series versus Transformers series. Hello, Epic. Welcome to the stream. James Bond series versus Transformers series. What do you mean by that? Do you want about a crossover with James Bond and Transformers? Now that would be kind of interesting as a comic book, maybe a comic book series. James Bond, his car, maybe like a classic Aston Martin car that he has or something like that, just happens to be a Transformer. That's kind of interesting, and he kind of works for the MI6, MI5, whatever. Decepticon Queen. I'll have to find a link to it on Instagram. Sam, Digimon soundtrack. Yes, Digimon, Digital Monsters, Digimon are the champions. Digimon. Change into digital champions to save the digital world. Digimon, Digital Monsters, Digimon are the champions. Digimon, Digital Monsters, Digimon are the... Digivolve into champions. Digivolve into ultimates. I also love the Tamers one as well, like Digimodify. I love the Tamers one because it was like a rock version. It's just like, yeah, like my early teen self watching Jetix when Tamers was on Sky. I was just like, I remember when Tamers was first announced, because I remember watching the advert of Digimon Tamers coming out, and I was like, oh, more Digimon. I was like, I'm going to watch that. And throughout the first the opening bit of introducing you to the main character and the other characters, and then it came to the intro coming on, and I was like, what's the intro going to be like? Please be like Adventure 1 and Adventure 2. And it was, and I was like, oh my god, it's a rock version. And I was just like, yeah. Anyway, still do to this day. What the fuck is going on here? I've missed out. What's going on here? This chat is really kind of annoying me. I'm not on about you guys, by the way. It's not identifying. I'm literally, it's I've missed so many frigging stuff because it's messing up. Where am I? Let me catch up with you. Won't be a second. There we go. Zedcon King, if you could be a Pokemon, which would you be? I think my ultimate all-time favorite Pokemon, I know it was a man-made experimentation Pokemon, but it's still a Pokemon. Has to be Mewtwo. I just fucking love Mewtwo. Ever since the first movie, it's like, is that a challenge? I just fucking love all the one-liners and this really awesome stuff. Was like, let me try and think of it. What he said in the movie. It's just oh god, it's gone out of my head. I used to be able to do it literally word for word, everything Mewtwo said. It's gone out of my head. But yeah, Mewtwo would probably be like my ultimate if I could be a Pokemon, because he's a psychic type and he's like one of the most powerful Pokemon. But I think, to be more realistic, if you're talking about I think my two favourites from being a kid of the original Indigo League, because I grew up with Indigo League, which was the original series. Then after that, it was Johto and whatever. But my two favourite Pokemon from being a kid was Squirtle and Charmander, because I loved their evolved forms. I used to love Blastoise and Charizard, so I would probably say I would probably love to be a Blastoise or a Charizard. I love water and I love fire, so I love fire. Anyway, where are we in the fucking chat? Sam again. I had a dry throat, a slight cough, and my arm hurt, but that was the worst of it. You jabby on about, yeah. Silicon Queen. When I was 13, went out on my bike, fell in a ditch, then walked out a mile to the house with my arm hanging down my side. I'd broken both bones in my forearm. Bloody hell. Sam, dyspraxia affects balance, distance, and spatial awareness. Yeah, I was going to say that. I apologise for anyone in the chat, because I was talking about dyslexia and I was going to say about what the difference is with what dyspraxia was. Thanks to Sam, he's actually answered that, so thank you. So yeah, if anybody was wondering what the difference was between dyslexia and dyspraxia, Sam just said it is more balance on your center of gravity and your spatial awareness, and dyslexia affects reading, writing, and maths, or anything like that. So yeah. Sitcom King, power to you, mate. Not many could broadcast stuff like this about yourself. Yeah, don't worry about it. I mean, I've had to live with it. I don't mind talking about it. I'm not the only one out there that has issues with reading, writing, and or had major issues with it. And I don't think anybody is I don't think every single person out there is good at maths. Some people are just incredible, but not everybody can grasp all of maths. It's not everybody is just wired that way to understand it as others, you know. Where are we in the chat? Anyway, Setsugon King, watching you playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links at the minute. Oh yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. I used to watch that. I used to play that, but where you watch? I can't remember me even broadcasting that. or making a video about it. Citizen King, the guy who did Troy McClure's voice. Right, I know where I fucking am now. It's mixing it all up. This stuff's from probably earlier on in the chat, but it's mixing it and jumbling it all up. So I apologise if I'm answering people really late on, but this chat is going nuts and it's messed up. So it's all out of whack at the minute. So I apologise. Sam, in the early incarnations of Lisa Simpson, she was basically an SJW. In retrospect, The Simpsons was predicting the rise of SJW. Yeah, she practically was. But, you know, she was literally a Mary Sue as well, and she was literally, yeah, she was an SJW in a way. Kind of, yeah. Oh, shit. Where am I now? I can't remember, but did you get the Gigawatt Transformer? No, I haven't. I don't know about it. I mean, I love Back to the Future and I love Transformers, but there's just something. I don't know. It's just. I think it's the type of figure that I have to have in my hand. Like, if somebody has it, like that TFN, if someone's got one on a table, I will have a look at it and just see for myself. But looking at the production photos, it just didn't win me over. But you never know, I might get one in the future. Zedcon Queen, you won the sock. You won the sock. As told by Ginger, it was what I was said, which is the song lyrics of someone last told me the grass was much greener on the other side. That's from the opening soundtrack to As Told by Ginger. And I used to watch that. It was on Nickelodeon back in the day. I used to love that. Silken Queen, no socks, don't wear them. Okay. Silken King, she was looking kind of dumb with a finger on a thumb on her forehead. Yeah, Shrek. That's the one I was thinking about. Yeah, it was used on Shrek as well, wasn't it? I want to be the very best, like no one ever was. To catch them is my real test. To train them is my course. I will travel across the land, searching far and wide. Each Pokemon to understand the power that's inside. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all. It is my destiny. Oh, you're my best friend. In a world we must defend. Pokemon. Really. Dan Green. Yeah, Dan Green, he's the voice of Seto Kaiba, isn't he? Or am I getting mixed up with the guy who played Yugi? No, I think I'm getting. I don't know. That's okay. He did Mewtwo, I think. Oh, was it Dan Green that voiced Mewtwo in the movie? I can't remember the voice actor. I know that obviously they redid it, didn't they? They did that 3D CGI anniversary of the movie. Basically, it was the first movie, but in 3D CGI. Kind of pointless in my opinion. I think the first movie is perfect. Yeah. I can't remember who voiced him, but yeah. Fucking hell. So to catch them is my real test. To train them is my course. Zedcon King, I will travel across the land, searching far and wide. Zedcon Queen, I'm a dragon type, probably Dragonite. Sweet. Yeah, it's a good Pokemon. My fave, Mewtwo and Haunter. I used to like Haunter. Yeah, I used to like Haunter. Decepticon King, Code Lyoko. Oh, yes. Now you're talking. I can't actually remember. Trying to get the lyrics. I've got some of them in my head. There is a world. Oh, I've forgotten the lyrics now. I've forgotten the lyrics to Code Lyoko. Here we are going too far to save all that we love. Yeah. We've been watching Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Salem is awesome. Decepticon Queen. I love Salem. I used to watch Sabrina. Yeah. Oh God, I love Salem. He's just great. Oh, Eric Stewart. Yeah, that's right. I thought I was getting mixed up there, wasn't I? To protect the world from devastation, to unite all people within our nation. Yeah, I think I'm finally all caught up with the chat. Fucking hell, that was a fucking tap, wasn't it? I thought, but Dan, but it wasn't. No. I'm caught up with the chat now. I think. Let me just make sure that I've read everything. I think I have. Yes. Yes. Anything else people want to talk about? I'm happy to go a bit late. I mean, obviously it's gone 11 now. I've been doing this for 1 hour and 7 minutes so far. So if anybody else wants to talk about anything, please do. Let me think if I can remember any other lyrics to some really popular cartoons I remember watching. Dragon, rock the dragon, Dragon Ball Z. Dragon, rock the dragon, Dragon Ball Z. That's obviously quite self-explanatory, that one. God, I trying to remember it all. God, at one point I had a really good memory of a lot of the stuff I used to watch. What have we got? Trying to get some ideas while looking at some DVDs here. Let's see if I can find anything. I don't actually have much on here. This is the voice of the Mystodons. I don't know. There. Yes. Dare to be stupid. Dare to be stupid. That's the other one. I know someone's on about the other one. Oh, yes. We love giant robots. Chicks dig giant robots. We dig giant robots. Nice. I love Megas. It is such a shame it got cancelled after 2 seasons. It was so good. I think they only did 2 seasons of it, and it was just so absurd. But I love Mega XLR. I want that series. They never released it on physical, proper, complete box set in the UK. I think you can get one in America. Obviously, you have to import it. But I'd love to get the episodes for Megas XLR. Oh, sorry. Sescon King, yeah. What is your fave song from TF-86? Oh, Sam's replying. I get your point. What is your fave song from the TF-86 movie? I love all of them, but I think my favourite that always gets me pumping is the Transformers theme. You know it's coming, and you hear that. It just gets you going. But I think after that, I mean, I love Dare, but I think my favourite one is I really like Hunger. I think I really like that song Hunger. Is it Sergeant General that did that one or something? Oh, Spectre General. Sorry, was it? I love Hunger. I love that song, but I love Dare. I love the touch, the theme. Yeah, I love all the songs in that film. Also been rewatching Naruto. You know what? Sometime I'm gonna have to do something of the same. I own all of Naruto, the normal Naruto, but I only have the first season of Shippuden. I got pretty far watching it on the internet before Crunchyroll started and all that stuff. It was all naughty, dodgy sites kind of thing. But yeah, I used to watch. I mean, I got pretty far. I got to the point where the Pervy Sage fights Pain. But so I think that was season 6 of Shippuden, season 5. So he was literally just fighting him. It was literally a couple episodes into him fighting Pain. So I didn't get to the point where he. Oh no, I think I got to the episode where he died, Pervy Sage, fighting Pain. But I need to watch past that point of Shippuden because obviously he gets his different forms. And also I've watched a couple of episodes of Boruto as well, but I've heard a lot of bit like that. That is pretty much kind of like a stereo. It's kind of like a complete. It just is Naruto, but just called Boruto. It's pretty much the same premise, following his son, Naruto's son, and his the other kids as well. But I don't know. But I definitely. I mean, I really enjoyed Shippuden. I prefer the Shippuden stuff to the original Naruto. Don't get me wrong. I mean, a lot of people give Naruto bad press, but the only reason why it's given bad press is because it's got so much filler in it. Shippuden has literally got so much fucking filler in it that people hate it. If you was to watch Shippuden without the filler, it will be much more enjoyable because the fights are incredible, the art, the character designs, the fight techniques, everything about Naruto Shippuden. Like when it comes to the characters and when it comes to the fights and the story and the lore and the legacy and everything, all that kind of stuff that comes into it, all that stuff's incredible. But a lot of people hate Naruto because of how much fucking filler is in the damn thing. I hate it. And that's the only problem with shonen stuff. Like really long serialization animes. Basically like, with like Bleach and One Piece and Naruto, etc. Basically they went on for a long time. Basically kind of, but I understand why they do fillers. I do understand why they do fillers. Is that either they're waiting for the volumes to catch up with, so they can make, they're waiting, for more manga chapters to come out so they can actually adapt them into anime, or there's like there's some sort of a break that they basically need to come up with something original until more source material comes out, which is usually the case. I get that, but when you're really getting engrossed in a story and then all of a sudden the next episode is like, wait a minute, what the fuck is going on here? And it's like, it's kind of like, it takes you completely out of the story and it messes it up. And most of these like side arcs or OVA arcs or fillers, they go on for so fucking long, half of them. Some of them are maybe only about 10 episodes. But some of them go on for a really long period of time. But yeah, I mean, I do like Shippuden. I really do like Shippuden. I really enjoyed Shippuden, what I was watching up to. Sam again. Tell me who's inside. What the hell? Tell me who is inside. Melts broken. It's broken. You laugh. It's in this world. It can't see anything. I'm broken. Hold my breath. What? Tell me who is inside. Melts broken. It is broken. You laugh in this world. I can't see anything. I'm broken. Hold my breath. What? Is that the like English translation lyrics to Butterfly? Because I actually don't know what the English translated lyrics are. I love Butterfly, but I've never actually read the lyrics translated to English. I've never done that. Tetsukun Queen, I have the touch as my ringtone. Nice one. Nothing's gonna stand in our way. That is a great song. Yeah. Tetsukun Queen, we are on season 4. Sweet. Sam, the Digimon theme Butterfly is my ringtone. Nice. I don't have anything interesting as my ringtone at the moment. I used to put loads of stuff on there, really, but I haven't at the minute. Tetsukun Queen, the battle between Gaara and Naruto. Orochimaru versus Hokage. Yeah, the Gaara, the season where Naruto fights Gaara and meets him for the first time. It's an interesting arc that when he fights Gaara, the Sand Village or whatever it is, and then Orochimaru is one of my favorite characters. He's literally my most favorite character from Naruto and Shippuden. I love Orochimaru, and Steve Blum plays Orochimaru so well. He just makes him seem so sinister and creepy and fucked up, basically. He just really owns that part. I love Orochimaru. He's so fucking great. I love him. I love characters that are done really well, really, like really psychotic villains. I really like them. Tetsukun Queen. Shippuden is amazing. Found Naruto himself was less annoying when he was older. The final fight between Sasuke and Itachi, the manga is good as well. I think I've only read maybe the first volume of the manga. I'm not even going to even attempt to buy the full manga. I think it's a bit, unless you've got enough room, then fine. But there's so many volumes, and there's so many volumes of Shippuden. I really don't know how some of these collectors get all the single manga volumes. I know you can buy those big collector boxes with all of it in like a big box for like 100 to 200 quid or something like that. But you know, that takes so much room up off your shelves and everything. I just can't do that. Steve Bloom is so good. Yeah, he really is. I really hope TFN gets Steve Bloom. He went to an auto assembly. I regret not meeting him in person. Basically, Sam. Sam. Obviously, me and Sam went to auto assembly of that year when Steve Bloom came. Sam met him in person and got something signed, but I was knackered. My feet were killing me. The line for Steve Bloom was I mean, I'm not surprised of this, and I don't think anyone else out there would be either. But it literally, the queue for him was snaking around the entire room and out the door, right down the hall to the bar. It was literally from the bar, snaking down the hallway and all the way around the right to where his table was. And like Sam just said there, he queued for 2 hours to meet Steve Bloom. And I'd been up at this point. I don't think I'd even been to bed. I think I literally stood an all-nighter and I was still up about 20 odd hours later. I just didn't go to sleep. I just didn't feel tired at the time or that moment, but it was starting to hit me, and I shouldn't have done that. I should have gone to bed like normal, but I was literally on about coming up to nearly a full a day and a half without any sleep. So yeah, I literally, my feet were fucking killing me that year, and I just thought, you know what, mate, I really can't do it. I just can't stand in that queue for that long. But I hope he does come to TFN in the future, because I'd love to meet him and get the chance to finally meet him in person and get a photo with him. Because what I do at conventions, it depends on the guest. If I've got something they're voiced in, actually, so I don't have to buy it special, I already own it, then I will bring something and get him to sign it, or her to sign it. But I prefer now to get a photograph with the guests, because I feel a photo tells 1,000 words. You know, I think a photo is more of a memorable thing. It's something that years down, years later you can look upon and kind of think, oh well, I remember that, kind of thing. I think you get more joy. Well, me anyway. I get more joy out of photos taking a photo with the guest rather than getting like a scrap of paper or them scribbling on a DVD case or something like that. I don't. I mean, don't get me wrong, that's cool and all, but for me personally, I just, yeah, I just get photos with them personally. Sam, Bleach is a good example of overuse of filler. Seasons 4 to 5 are pure filler, as are seasons 9, 11, and 14. Yeah. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I mean, yeah, it's unfortunate, really. I mean, I love Bleach. I mean, I own up to season 5, I think, on DVD for Bleach. It's getting really quite difficult. It's getting quite expensive to buy the seasons now that the anime is finished. Well, to where it was, but they are bringing it back. Apparently, they're bringing it back for the final arc. So they're bringing it back. So I think it's this year. I think it's supposed to be airing in Japan. I think this year or next year. So I'm looking forward to that. And I'm also really looking forward to the brand new. I'm really looking forward to the brand new anime for Shaman King. There we go. That's coming out this year in Japan. So yeah, Shaman King got a brand new anime, and it's more faithful to the manga source compared to the original Shaman King. But one awesome thing, it got announced that Shaman King, the original series that was on, I think, Jetix, with the original dub cast, is finally getting a proper physical official release. It got picked up. Shaman King, the original one from like 2001 or something like that, and 2003 I think it was, and then basically all of like loads of other stuff as well has just been picked up. So yeah, we're finally getting a physical Blu-ray release for the original Shaman King series, and I'm going to be buying that. I do have Shaman King. I do have the original series with the original dub, but it's a bootleg. It's not an official release, a Malaysian release. So it's a bootleg basically. So yeah, I wanna support Shaman King because I loved that series when I was a kid, even though it wasn't as faithful to the manga source. But I'm looking forward to the new one. What are you doing, cat? I apologise, my cat's having a mad half hour. I think she's trying to get my attention for something. It's probably some biscuits. It's literally 25 to midnight now, so yeah. So that's probably what she's after. Setsuko King, he was also Zabuza. Yeah, Zabuza, yeah. He played multiple characters in Naruto. Yeah, he played quite a few characters, actually, side characters and villains and such. Setsuko King again. But it was worth it, though, Sam. Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, fucking hell, 2 hours in a fucking queue. Some people were longer than that. But, my God. Decepticon Queen, I want to meet Greg Berger. I've met him... Have I met him 3 times now? Yeah, 3 times. He was at the first... No, he was at an auto assembly. He was actually at 2 auto assemblies, but the first one... Back in 2009, I originally was going to go to Auto Assembly 2009, but we missed out on the tickets. And Greg Berger was there with Ian James Corlett, who played Cheetor in Beast Wars, and also was the original voice actor for Goku in the Canadian dub for Dragon Ball Z. And so basically, they were both there, and obviously we missed out on that. But then obviously he came to another auto assembly, and I managed to meet him. And then obviously he's been to, I think he came to more than one auto assembly, and then he came to a TF Nation as well, which was the last one. I think over a year ago now. Rave Master, yeah, I remember that. Bo. Triple 5 Storm 1989. Sam, you must show her to us. Do it now. I can't be bothered. Setsuko King, use his Geass. Do it now. Yeah, Code Geass. That's a great series, Code Geass. I need to get the new stuff. I need to get the new series, the proper like sequel series, or third season, should I say? I've got both seasons 1 and 2 of Code Geass, but they released another series as well that is kind of what happened later to, or what happened after the events of season 2 to the main character. So I need to get hold of that. I need to get hold of that at some point. Stephen, glad I met Tanya last month. Yeah, I was going to do that, but I ended up being busy that day. And to be honest with you, it was pretty expensive. I understand why TFN were doing it. Obviously, they need to try and get money from something and help support the convention. While they're only able to do virtual events, I completely understand that. But they was asking like 60 quid for a virtual ticket to meet her, like a full. This is the full thing though, to meet her on the camera, get something signed and things like that. And yeah, that's cool and all, but 60 quid was a bit steep for me at the time of the tickets going up on sale, and I couldn't afford it. I'd love to meet Tanya in person now, but see what happens if hopefully TFN will happen next year. Let's see what guests they can get. Decepticon King, have you seen Gundam Re-Rise? Re-Rise? No, I haven't. Decepticon King, I haven't yet, but I want to. I do. I've never actually haven't seen that one. I heard that one before. What's interesting with Gundam is Netflix, I think, throughout this month of June, right to like the end of June, they are releasing the original Mobile Suit Gundam Part 1 and Part 2 of the anime, the original Mobile Suit Gundam anime. They're releasing that. And they're also releasing a couple of other things as well, Gundam related, on top of what they've already got on there. So I'm really looking forward to watching the original Mobile Suit Gundam series. I think I've watched a couple of episodes, but I've not watched all of it for the original Mobile Suit Gundam where it all started. I've watched I've watched Gundam Wing. I've also watched a bit of Iron-Blooded Orphans, which is great. I love that. I've watched a little bit of Gundam Seed, and I've watched a bit of Unicorn as well. But I need to get back on top with my Gundam. I've fallen off it a bit. Did you get a chance, Nolsey? About Tanya? No, I didn't. Sorry. I just said, anyways, that I couldn't afford it. When I checked out the prices, I couldn't afford it at the time because it was like 60 quid for like the full thing. Or obviously there was cheaper alternatives, but to get my money's worth, I'd rather meet face to face, properly, or through webcam or whatever, and get something signed or whatever. But it's kind of like 60 quid at the time was a bit steep for me, and I ended up doing something that day anyways. Decepticon King, ever seen Chubits? No, I haven't. Stephen, sorry to hear that. No worries, mate. I mean, money's a bit tight at the moment. Like I've mentioned in a couple of my vlogs, my last couple of vlogs, we've had issues with overtime, extra hours at work. It's affected everybody. Well, on my department anyway. And I've managed to get a couple of extra days in so far. But I've literally just been on my standard hours, and I only work 3 days a week. I'm only on like a 17 and a half hour contract. So yeah. So money's been a little bit tight at the moment. Secondly, please tell me you have seen Geiger. No, I haven't. I've heard of it. I've not watched it. There's a lot of stuff I haven't watched, like classic stuff, and I really need to get on top of like the classic stuff. I have watched a hell of a lot of anime though, and I own a lot of anime, but there's still a lot that I haven't watched. Stephen, I hope they are able to bring her over, as she is full of energy and is really nice. She seems like a perfect fit guest for TF Nation. She also seems like a person that would very happily hang out with us all in the bar. You know, she's someone that will probably stay up with us all night drinking and having a good laugh. I'd love to meet her. I really would, in person. Stephen again, shared with her some artwork of a thing that I am trying to work on with a character I could see being voiced by her. She was rather humbled by that. Nice one. Very nice. Okay, Gurren Lagann. Yes, I've seen it and I own it. I own Gurren Lagann. I love Gurren Lagann. I need to rewatch that sometime. I haven't watched it in a while, but I love Gurren Lagann. It's a little bit baffling though by the end. It kind of gets really confusing and really weird, but it's good. But yeah. You might get a glimpse of the cat in a moment. She's on my bed. Baby. Busorenkin. I've heard of it. I've not watched. Sorry. When money's a little bit better, I am going to start getting a bit more anime again. My last purchase, I showed it on my last vlog. I basically got Planetes, which was a series I watched on Anime Central back when I was in my teens, early to mid-teens. And I really enjoyed Planetes when I was the episodes that I saw. So I'm currently watching that at the moment. Decepticon Queen, Full Metal Alchemist. Yes, I love it. I've seen all of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I haven't seen all of the original Full Metal Alchemist. I do own it, the original series, but I can't watch it because I ordered it. I ordered the whole collection of the original Fullmetal Alchemist series, the original, and it's fucking region locked. It's a region locked fucking Blu-ray set. I can't watch it because Funimation are region locking the fucking Blu-ray sets. It pisses me off. So I can't buy anything from America anymore that's Funimation dubbed. Unless it's a DVD. But the region locking the Blu-ray sets. And it's fucking annoying. So I think they released the original Blu-ray, the original series in the UK now. So at some point I might try and track that down and try and get one. Oh my poor heart, man. All these shows. But no, I mean I've seen Fullmetal Alchemist, I've seen Gurren Lagann, I've seen Ghost in the Shell, I've seen how much anime have I seen? I've seen Cowboy Bebop, I've seen fucking hell, I've got so much shit. I can't look at it all because it's behind my door over there. I've seen loads of anime, but like I said, there's loads of anime I haven't seen yet. Akira, yes. I own both versions of the dub. I own the Canadian dub and the American dub for Akira. I want to get the 4K. I want to get the new 4K anniversary version of it. Only because the only reason I want to get that is more or less for the special features that could be on it. I'm hoping there is some special features on it, and also it's 4K. Because I went to go and see it again. Me and Sam, I don't know if he's still in the chat or not, but me and Sam went to see Akira, the anniversary version, and basically they upscaled it to 4K, and it looked incredible. It looked incredible before that, but it just looked incredible in 4K render. And I want to get the 4K release of it, Blu-ray 4K release sometime for that. The Second Queen. I'll admit the original series of Full Metal made me cry in places. Just thought it was so sad. Akira is amazing. I've got both versions of that. Sweet, yeah. I mean, I've seen a little bit of the original series because the beginning, so much of it starts off pretty similar to Brotherhood. I mean, I've seen all of Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood is more, it follows the manga a lot more closely. The original series, the manga was still being written, it was still being done. So they, unfortunately, at near the end, they had to kind of like do a completely original work, and they had to do an original ending. So what happens to the characters in Fullmetal Alchemist is not what happens in the manga. But Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, it is just from start to finish. It brings in all the characters that's in the manga. It also kind of gives those characters a good moments to shine, and it's just such a much more faithful adaptation to the source material. I need to. I mean, I've read a little. I think I've read the first 2 volumes of the manga for Fullmetal Alchemist, Fullmetal Alchemist, and from manga panel to the first couple of episodes, or the first few episodes of Brotherhood and Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, it is practically frame for frame in the anime. It's practically very, very, very close. It really is. Is that Queen? Death Note, yes. I own Death Note. I love Death Note. I also own the first 2 live action films, the Japanese live action films. They are really fucking great. If you've not seen them, I recommend they're from like the early thousands, I think, like shortly after the anime released in Japan, and they nail L. I'm not talking about the Netflix live action, because that's a pile of wank. It is a pile of shit. Is that? It's not even a fucking adaptation to Death Note. It doesn't even have the right to be called Death Note. But basically, the original live action films that were done in Japan, I've got them both. Do I have them all? Do I have them to show you here? I have one. There's one. Where's the other one? You know what? I might watch these tonight. Where the fuck are you? I'll have to try and find them. Anyway, so this is the first one, anyways. That's the first one. That's Death Note. Just Ryuk is just done perfectly. I mean, the casting choice for Light, not for Light, for Light Yagami is interesting, but he plays the part pretty well. But the guy who plays L, he is just practically the anime and the manga. I own the manga for Death Note as well. It's down there somewhere, I think. Yeah, it's down there somewhere. Oh, shit. I am L. Decepticon King. I can't imagine a world without light. Yes, that would be dark. Yeah, funny. Decepticon King couldn't believe L's voice actor for was Night Scream in Beast Machines. Was it? Was it? Bloody hell! I never actually knew that. Yeah, I'm going to try and find the second one, the Death Note 2 live-action film as well. I'm going to give them a watch again tonight because I haven't watched those films in a long time. So I'm going to try it. Decepticon Queen. Brotherhood was the better one of the two. It definitely is. I've got some of the manga. Love the story. I love the collecting manga books and game guides. Yeah, I love manga as well. Like in my last vlog that I did on this channel, I basically showed you I'm currently reading the manga omnibus for Planetes, but I'm waiting for Omnibus Volume 2, which is the rest of the concluding part of the story. I hadn't come yet. I got an email notification about 2 or 3 days ago saying it had been dispatched. It's on my way, and I've been waiting ever since. It's not arrived yet, so I'm hoping it's going to come the next couple of days. I bought it from a company called the Book Depository, and I bought from them before, and they're like a company that is like partnered with Amazon. And I actually bought it through their actual website, and yeah, I'm still waiting for it. At the minute, I've had a break of reading my reading Planetes Volume 1 because I want the second part to come so that I can read it completely. At the moment, it's kind of messing up my reading it. Alessandro Giuliani. Oh, interesting. Decepticon Queen. The live action was brilliantly done. How they managed to do Ryuk and Rem was really good. The manga to Death Note was one of the first I got and read. Yeah, I love the manga to Death Note. I love the anime. I love the two Japanese live action films, the original ones. I love that. I absolutely love all of that. It's just so fucking good. Silicon King. And Black Arachnia voice actress did Weddy in Death Note. All right, sweet. So Venus Terzo, you on about? Yeah. Silicon King. Brad Swale, Light's voice actor, was in Mobile Suit Gundam 2. Yeah, he would have. A lot of the voice actors that did anime back then, they were mostly Canadian actors, and a lot of the voice actors we get at TF that we've had at Auto Assembly and also at TF Nation, a good majority of them are Canadian actors, but also work possibly in LA as well. And yeah, basically I think there's only been a couple of them that are not Canadian. They are American, which was I think Steve Bloom and Greg Berger. I think they're like the only two that are that were American. Oh no, I think we also had. Oh no, I'm wrong. We had the original voice actor for Mikey from TMNT, Townsend Coleman. I think he's American as well. And we had We had the guy who played. We had the guy who played Tracks, G1 Tracks, as well one year. I think he's American. And we also had the guy who played Prowl as well. So I think he's American. So I think there's been about 4 actors out of a lot of the guests that were American born and bred. But we've had Scott McNeil, Gary Chalk, Venus Tezo. I think I could be wrong, but why I'm making it significant that a lot of them were Canadian is because in Canada, basically in Canada, that it was basically a hotbed at one point for quite a good chunk. It was quite a big hotbed for anime, Japanese dubs to English dubs to animes. A lot of the Gundam stuff was all voiced, like Gundam Wing and quite a few others were dubbed in Canada. The original dub or the ocean dub, should I say, the ocean dub for Dragon Ball Z was Canada. Yeah, quite a lot of stuff was voiced. Because the guy who played Ryuk, Brian Drummond, he's also Canadian as well. He played Vegeta in Dragon Ball Z originally. Subsequent King, which cat is with you? Socks. Yep, Socks is on the bed. Susie, I think, is under the bed. She's getting hid a little bit at the moment. I don't know why. I think it could be the heat's getting to her and she's kind of just getting out of the way where it's a bit cooler, possibly, or whatever. Or she's just found a nice little place under the bed. A bit, comfy. Decepticon King, yes, Venus. She's amazing. Always mess her name up, thinking it's Luna. Yeah. I absolutely love. I actually met her, Venus Tezo, at TFN, one of the TFNs. I didn't go to a table. Basically, I happened to go outside of the hotel, where the smoking area. Well, I don't know if Jace and Wendy. I don't think you've been to a TFN yet, have you? Or an auto assembly? But anyway, basically, outside the main doors, where there's like a smoking area bit at the front, where the taxi rank is and that. Basically, I walked out there just to get some fresh air, and I noticed like a little group of people, and then I looked at this woman. I thought, oh God, it's Venus Tezo. So I went up to in this group of people and just started talking to her. She was really, really nice woman, really nice. King, yeah. Ryuk, Brian Drummond was also Jetstorm, I think. Yes, he was. It's about to get terminal. What was it? I'm trying to remember one of his famous quotes, Jetstorms, I loved. Okay, now. I've forgotten it now. Forgotten how it goes. Stephen, yeah. Michael Bell. There we go. Yeah, thank you. Ian James Collette. Yeah. Yeah, Ian James Collette, who played, he was the original voice actor in the Ocean dub for Goku, for Dragon Ball Z, and obviously Cheetor from Beast Wars, and a lot of other stuff as well. Decepticon King, I need to meet David K. Yes, I've met him. I think he came to an auto assembly. I really want to meet David K again. It's been quite a while since he's been in the UK for a convention. Somali Montana, Stephen, yep, I met her. really lovely person. I absolutely love Prime RC. I love Transformers Prime, but as Prime RC is just fantastic character. Stephen, Venus was nice. Yes, she was very nice. Decepticon King, not yet, man. No, right, okay. Decepticon King, I couldn't believe Greg Berger does Jet from Final Fantasy X. Sweet. Yeah, both my cats are here now. What are you doing? Buzz, buzz. Decepticon King and the Grumble from Our Real Monsters. Yep. 2011. Yes. 20 was it 2011 that David K came? Yeah, it would have been. Yes, it was. It was the second year of because 2010 Auto Assembly was Scott McNeil and Greg Berg. Scott McNeil and Gary Chalk, sorry. And then it was basic. Where are we? Stephen, Decepticon King. Was it Sonny Strait Goku at some point? No. No, Sonny Strait plays Krillin. Basically, Sonny Strait, he's part of the Funimation dub. Funimation took over the Ocean dub, which was the Canadian dub. Basically, what happened is the Ocean dub, basically the Canadian dubs is what's known as the Ocean dub, and they originally dubbed for quite a while. They did the original English dub for Dragon Ball Z and a couple of the movies as well. And so Ian James Corlett and Brian Drummond played Vegeta and also Goku, irrespectively. And what happened was apparently the Dragon Ball Z dub moved to North America, which is like Texas way, and that's where Funimation are based, which is in Texas. So the dub carried on with Funimation. So basically, what happened was the actors that got cast as the characters. It's basically the actors that took over from Brian Drummond and Ian James Corlett. They had to at the beginning they had to try and mimic or copy as close as they possibly could to the guys that voiced those characters before them. So basically, when Dragon Ball Z aired in the UK, it was a mixture of the Ocean dub and Funimation dub. So some of the episodes was already dubbed, and it was the Canadian dub. So Brian and Ian and all that, and then there was a couple where it was the Funimation cast. So it was kind of like two dubs that were just kind of mixed together for the original for the UK release. Stephen, wait, Sonny Stray, aka Koro Sensei from Assassination Classroom. Okay. Decepticon King. Wonder how my rubber ducks David has now. I don't know. Stephen, Greg Berger and David K and David Wise from 2011. That's right. I remember I met David Wise. Him arriving at the hotel. God, 2011 was a really weird year. I don't know if you remember, Stephen. It was a really weird year. It was like there was like the riots in Birmingham. There was like mass riots going on at the time. Loads of stuff happened. Some like private stuff with certain people. The PA system wouldn't. There was issues and technical issues with the convention that kind of set back some stuff. And then David Wise, he basically when he arrived in the UK, I think he somehow either tripped over or fell out of a taxi or something and hurt his arm. And he got driven to hospital, and he ended up for the rest of the convention having an elevated strapped arm in a brace. And he basically injured it while he was in Birmingham. It was really weird year, that. Really weird. A lot of stuff went wrong. King. I remember it was Sean Schimmel. I was on about, got a name mixed up. Yeah, Sean Schimmel is the guy who took over Ian James Corlett when Funimation took over the dub, yeah. And then obviously it's Chris Sabat that took over Vegeta. Desert King and Denny O'Neil. Yeah. Desert King. David Wise made the original Turtles so fun and brilliant. Sweet. Nice one. He also, obviously, he was there because he wrote some of the episodes for G1 as well, I think. Yeah, rest in peace, David Wise. You absolute legend. Yeah, unfortunately, he passed away recently, didn't he? So yeah, rest in peace, David Wise. Thank you for all that you brought us, all the great memories and characters and stories that you brought us. You know, thank you very much. Wherever you are, rest in peace. Stephen again. The stores for TVs under the hotel were broke. That's yes. That's the other thing I was trying to think of. The windows got smashed in the comic book shop downstairs, didn't they? There was the TV shop, and then there was also the comic book shop downstairs got vandalized, didn't it? There was I remember there was one of the glass panels was completely smashed. Denny O'Neil came up with the name Optimus Prime. Oh, right, okay. King is streamed so far, but I've got to go soon. Sadly, it's late. Yeah, it is. I apologize, guys. It's like gone midnight. I'm gonna probably bring it to an end in a couple of minutes, anyways. It's like 10 past midnight now, and the stream's been happening for over 2 hours now, so longer than I thought. Just give it 5 more minutes, and then I'll bring it off. But it has certainly been a good stream. So yeah, thank you everybody for joining me tonight. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you to everybody that's been in the chat. Anyone that's just waltzed in during the stream, thank you to you as well. Stephen again. Then the year after 2012, Townsend Coleman, when the Hilton became the hub of the convention. Yep, that's right. King, don't worry, don't be sorry, man. It was Ace. Stephen, love the Hilton as a location. I've not got a problem with the Hilton itself. The only issue I do have, yes, it's a good location, and now it's better because there's now actually food. There's like a place across the way now, isn't there, where you can go and get something to eat or whatever, instead of going all the way into Birmingham City Centre. But basically, before that shopping centre was built, it was an absolute pain in the ass, really, because if you wanted to go and get something to eat, you had to go to the train station, get a train ticket to go to the city centre in order to go and get something to eat, and then you had to then come back again. That is the only issue I have with the Hilton location, is because you have to, if you want to go into Birmingham City Centre, you have to mess around in buy a ticket. I know it's not much. It's all like maybe about a tenner or something like that, not even a tenner. To just further up the track or whatever. But it's just a little bit, just kind of like before the shopping centre opened, it got a little bit annoying for me. But it's a good hotel. It's a Hilton. The breakfast is gorgeous. The hotel is beautiful inside. They work really well with the TFN crew. They've been very, very courteous, allowing them to do what they've done so far, and willing to do hopefully in the future as well. But yeah, it's been a good location for the convention. Certainly has. But I miss the Holiday Inn though. I still have a big soft spot for the Holiday Inn, the one in City Centre, Birmingham City Centre. It's just the terrace, the bar terrace area. It was just so iconic for that like 2 or 3 years before it. My first 2 auto assemblies when it was there, and then obviously from 2012 it moved to Hilton. But yeah, I really do miss that hotel. I understand why they had to move. They needed a bigger venue. The convention was just, attendees were just. It was just getting so big for them to safely do a safe convention and put on what they wanted to put on. So I understand why they decided to move, but it just becomes so iconic. It was a great hotel. It was just the whole bar and like the whole bar area and the outside bit. It was just so cool to just chill out around there. Fist bump. Ooh. Stephen, loved the use of the pool. Yeah, it was great. I mean, obviously the Holiday Inn didn't have a pool, obviously, but yeah, it's great that you've got full access to the gym and the pool and everything else that's in the hotel. That's good. King, does Waspinator have a masterpiece yet? No, not yet. It has a generation fet. It has a generation fet. Was it it had a 30th anniversary figure, part of the Generations line, I think. But yeah, there's no masterpiece yet. I want one. I want a masterpiece Waspinator. I want a masterpiece Pterosaur as well, and a Scorponok, please. That's King Bisto Fisto, if you know him, that is. Yep. Bisto is a great guy. Stephen, I remember in 2018 was in the pool Friday morning and saw Stan Bush going to the gym. Sweet. You know what? When Stan Bush came to TFN that year, I could not believe it because when I obviously this was obviously the day that I just arrived at the hotel, and basically I was in the bar as you do, chilling out, just having a chat with people, and then all of a sudden I just kind of just in the corner of my eye just see a couple of people walking down to the lift at the far end, and I just kind of like glanced like that, and I was like, and I just snapped, completely look at it, and was like, oh my god, Stan Bush is in the fucking building. And I was just like, it's getting fucking real now. At first I thought I was in complete denial and shock, but it's actually fucking happening. But my god, that was a great year. The gig that he put on was just so fucking great. I'm just going to do one last question before I finish, okay? If that's all right with people in the chat. Just one more question, quick question, and then I'll finish the stream. When it comes to guests, who would you like? Okay, who would you like to see to see come to a future TF Nation. That, I mean, obviously, Jason, Wendy, you've not been yet, but who would you like to see at a future TFN for those that have been already, in general? Tactical King, Peter Cullen, yep, that'll be cool. For me, I'd love to. I don't know I don't know the names to all these to the actors. Sometimes I only know the characters they've played. But I'd love to meet the voice actor for Scorponok. I'd love to meet the voice actor for Pterosaur. I'd also like to meet Tom Kenny, if you want to go big, because Tom Kenny played animated Starscream. I want to meet Tara Strong because she played the what's the name in Transformers Animated? I've forgotten her name, but she played a character in Animated. Tanya Gunadi on Ifs and Buts, yep. I'd love to meet her. Doug Parker, yep. Was it Doug Parker, Pterosaur? Yep. Okay. Sorry, that's it. Sorry. Yep. Gary Chalk, I'd love to see him again. I'd love to see Scott McNeil again. Because Scott McNeil, he hasn't it's been a long time. It's been 11 years. Well, it'd be by the time TFN comes around again, it'll be about 12 or 13 years since he last actually came to the UK for a convention. Targetron, yep. Trying to think. Yeah, I've said Steve Bloom as well. I'd like to meet him again, properly. I'd like to meet the guy who played Bulkhead in Transformers Prime. I'd also like to meet the guy who, what's his name? Phil Jamar. I'd like to meet him because he played Agent Fowler, I think it is, from Prime. Who played Samurai Jack and all that as well. Kevin Michael Richardson, yeah, was TF Prime Bulkhead. And then obviously there's animated Bulkhead as well, but I think that's the guy who played Johnny Bravo, isn't it? I keep getting those two mixed up because the performances are pretty similar. But the guy who played Johnny Bravo, I think if I'm right by saying that, played animated Bulkhead. No. Was it still Kevin Michael Richardson then for animated as well, or was it somebody else? Oh, he voiced Prowl. I don't know where I got that from then. I thought, yeah. Come to think of it. Yeah, it sounds about right. But yeah, I'd love to meet him as well, because obviously he played Johnny Bravo. Hey, 6 more. Oh, yes. That's someone getting mixed up with. In animated, it was the Patrick SpongeBob voice actor. Yes, that's it. Yes, that's right. Yeah, I want to meet him as well. Anyways, guys, I'm going to bring it to an end now because we've been doing it for almost 2 hours and 15 minutes. I just want to say a huge thank you again to Stephen, to Jason, Wendy, and to Sam, and to everybody else that joined me during the stream. Thank you for joining me so late. It's half midnight now. So thank you very much for your time. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I'll be back with more soon, and also more vlogs and more videos and reviews. Oh yeah, I forgot to show this. I got a new bot today. I posted it all on social media. I got Trans Arts Dark Agent, aka Beast Wars Ravage, which is meant to be more like a third party masterpiece scale of that character. So got a new toy. Forgot to show that off earlier. So I'll be doing a review on him soon. So yeah, thank you very much again for your support, everybody. I really appreciate it. So bye-bye for now. Until next time, stay awesome, stay safe, and hopefully I will see each other at TF Nation next year. Bye-bye now.